Selling a home in Sparwood in 2026 is not the same game as it was even 2 years ago. And if you're thinking, mining's strong, spring hits, it'll sell, that's not how this year is going to work at all. Because in 2026, buyer urgency is much lower, appraisals matter again, and Alberta comparisons are constant. Insurance and financing risk are real. And then markets punish hesitation. So today I'm giving you 10 things every Sparwood seller must know before listing in 2026. This applies whether you're in the Heights, downtown, Whiskey Jack, Lower Sparwood, or anywhere else in the Elk Valley. Let's get into it. Number one, the buyer pool is smaller and it moves in waves. Sparwood is not Vancouver and it's not Kelowna and it sure isn't even Fernie. We do not have unlimited buyers here. We have mining families, Alberta relocators, first-time buyers, local move-up sellers, and budget-conscious investors. That's a thin buyer pool. And thin buyer pools punish overpricing quickly. In 2022, you could test the market, see what shakes out. And in 2026, testing the market, you're going to be sitting on the market. So with this, as a seller, you need to price for the buyer that exists, not the buyer you hope shows up, because that guy just might not. Number two, mining confidence drives the timing. Sparwood is heavily influenced by the mining cycle. And when overtime is strong, hiring is active, contracts feel stable, buyers move. And when there's layoff chatter, policy uncertainty, commodity volatility, big changes, buyers will pause. This isn't emotional, it's very practical. If buyers feel unstable, they'll negotiate harder or delay a purchase entirely. So for sellers, you need to understand the confidence cycle before you list. List when buyers feel secure, not when you feel impatient. Number three, Alberta buyers are comparing you to Calgary. Yes, they are. A large percentage of buyers in Sparwood compare across the provincial line. They ask, what does this buy in Calgary? What does this buy in Lethbridge? Even the pass. What's my payment difference? They are not buying purely on emotion. They are calculating and they are payment sensitive. In 2026, Alberta buyers are not panic buying, they're spreadsheet buying. So for sellers, your price must make sense to someone running a monthly payment comparison. Number four, the 3-day rescission period still applies. This is a BC-wide rule. So this is what it is. After an accepted offer, buyers have 3 business days to rescind or to back out. In bigger markets, backup offers are common. In Sparwood, momentum is fragile. And if a deal collapses after rescission, you may not have another offer waiting. So for sellers, keep showing that house activity, keep it alive, keep it going, or secure those backup offers when possible, and avoid emotional overreaction if rescission happens. Don't assume accepted means sold. Deals aren't firm until they're firm. Final subject removal, boys. All right, number 5. Appraisals matter again in Sparwood. This is huge in smaller towns. And why? Because comparable sales are so limited. And if you renovate heavily in a modest neighborhood, push price beyond recent comps, try to lead the market, you risk an appraisal gap. And in Sparwood, appraisal gaps can kill your financing. So sellers, you need to prepare. Upgrade documentation, things that you're doing, keep the receipts, comparable justification, clear renovation summaries, make the appraiser's job easy. Number 6, older homes require documentation. Many Sparwood homes have been built in the 1970s up to the 1990s. Renovated over time, updated in stages, add-ons randomly sometimes. Buyers are asking for the roof age, the furnace age, electrical updates, windows, permits. And if you don't have the paperwork, You're going to have to get it at some point, so you might as well get it now. Buyers are going to assume there's some risk if you don't got that stuff. Risk equals negotiation. So for sellers, have your maintenance records, your upgrade receipts, your utility history, insurance claims, clarity, prepared sellers. You guys are going to close faster than the unprepared ones. Number 7, insurance and financing risk is higher than in 2021. Across BC, underwriting is tighter. Older homes, higher insurance premiums can create friction. Long subject periods create risk. And job stability matters more in a single industry town. Sellers, you need to prefer a strong lender with pre-approvals, shorten subject periods where reasonable, and avoid long 60 to 90-day closes if possible. The longer the deal, the more risk creeps in. Number 8, seasonality still matters in Sparwood. Unlike Metro Vancouver, Sparwood is seasonal. Spring and early summer equals your strongest activity. Fall and winter, a little bit slower. But here's the 2026 twist. More sellers are listing earlier this year, which means competition rises faster. Launching late at the wrong price can mean carrying into the winter. So sellers, don't just list in the spring, list it prepared, list it early, and list it for the right price. Number 9, days on market. They build stigma here faster. In larger cities, 30 days on the market is normal. In Sparwood, buyers start asking questions quickly. Why hasn't it sold? Is there something wrong? Are they unrealistic? Days on market builds stigma fast in small towns, and stigma weakens negotiation power. So sellers, have written triggers. If showings are low, you need to adjust. If feedback repeats itself, adjust. If you have 3 or 4 showings and they come through and they say everybody says this price is too high and needs too much work, either drop the price or do the work. Simple. If no second showings, we got to reposition that place. Slow bleeding will kill the value of your home. Number 10, pricing requires plan A and plan B. This is the biggest mistake I see. Sellers list, and then they just sit there and wait. Then they reduce slowly. And in thin markets, you need plan A, pricing strategy. Plan B, reduction strategy. Plan C, repositioning strategy, written down before we list. Because emotional pricing decisions cost money, and strategic reductions protect it. So selling in Sparwood in 2026 means understanding smaller buyer pools, mining confidence cycles, Alberta payment math, rescission reality, appraisal sensitivity, older home documentation, insurance and financing and risk, seasonal timing, days on market, strategic pricing triggers. Sounds like a lot? That's what I'm here for. Sparwood is very practical. People buy here for work, family, affordability, and stability. But in 2026, affordability alone doesn't just sell your house. Execution does. Clean paperwork, clean pricing, clear strategy, hardcore social media advertising. Get your thing out there and get it seen. Get eyeballs on your home. If you're selling this year, comment Sparwood below and tell me your timeline. And I'll tell you which of these 10 is your biggest landmine. And if you want a strategic listing plan built specifically for this market, reach out. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.